It's been a while, guys, and in this video I'm going to give you a little bit of an update on the channel, talk about what's going on, and of course talk about that impulse response in the title. Hey guys, thank you for tuning back into the channel. It's probably been a little while since you were last on this channel. It's been a while since I've been uploading videos on this channel, but some real life things got in the way, more production stuff, and my career outside of YouTube has kind of taken a bit of precedence in recent months. But don't worry, I'm coming back now with plenty more content and planning lots of things out to keep you guys engaged. Those of you who follow me on Instagram or other social platforms will know that I've been doing a lot of production work with lots of different artists here. I work at NAM Studios here just outside Bath, and that has been really the priority over the last few months. I've been really trying to push ahead with that, trying to get some more clients, work with different people, and generally over the course of the pandemic, the need for just being a straight bass player has kind of diminished for me, and a lot of people have started just calling me a producer rather than a bass player, which is kind of bittersweet. It has its pros and its cons, but what I found is that it's quite hard to be constantly producing bass content when it's not all I'm doing now. I'm really focusing on a much wider area of music in terms of production and bass stuff. So that kind of ties in really strongly with what I'm doing today, which is releasing this impulse response for you guys to be able to download and find on the shop over on my website. So my website has been revamped, so some of you guys used to get in contact with me there using the contact form, and you can do that again now. That's available. It's tylerspicermusic.com will take you there. It's simple at the minute. I'm going to build it out a little bit more, so there's more content there, more stuff, more interesting things, but I just wanted to have something there. You know, it's better to have something than to have nothing. So that's out now. And I've also added a shop section. So in there you will find the Aguilar impulse response that a lot of you guys have emailed me about. Some of you guys have it. You have emailed me about it and I've sent it to you. Some of you guys have really kindly paid for it, and that's very kind of you. And a lot of you have really loved it. But what it means is that you guys can just go and access that now. It's really easy to access. I think it's probably one of the cheapest IRs on the market. Bear in mind it was the first one I did, but a lot of people love it. So I wanted it to be up there for you guys to have. And as it goes along in the future, I'm going to be uploading more impulse responses of more cabinets and more of the things that I produce. I'm really heavily using Helix Native now, so that gets used a lot in my production work. And that is going to mean that up there we're going to have presets, so you're going to get bass presets, things that are just generally studio related presets for the Helix will be uploaded to the website and you can purchase them there. And I'm going to be doing more cabinets as well. I'm going to do more bass cabinets. I'm going to try and find as many bass cabinets as I can and kind of make it as a little bit of a place to go for quality bass IRs. And they are usable with not only the Helix, but they are usable with pretty much anything that you can load an impulse response into. Any kind of convolution product you can load one into. So if you've got a reverb that will take convolution reverb, for example, something like Space Designer, you can just drag and drop the impulse response into there, set it to 100% wet, and you will have a bass cabinet IR to apply to any of your bass tones. So if you want to get access to that IR, you can head over to the website. I'll leave a link to it below now, but it's tylerspicermusic.com. You can access that from wherever you are, easy to get to. Head to the shop section, and it's labelled as a Slight 112, the A being Aguilar, SL being the SL Super Light range, and 112 being that it's the 112 cabinet. I've got the mic there as the Warm Audio 47 Junior mic, but I didn't want to use any of that branding because I didn't really want to get into any kind of legal problems, disputes, whatever, regarding that. So that's what it's modelling, that's what it's based on, but that's what the product's called. So if you go there, head over to the website, you'll see that, and you can purchase it there. And as I say, there will be more coming along down the line. One thing I found, the more that I've done the YouTube thing and the more I kind of feel the pressure to be producing videos, is that if you're not doing it regularly and it's not already kind of integrated into what you're doing, then it does make it quite hard to create that content. And previously, as this channel's been grown and built, it really was me playing bass all the time. That was what I did. That was the only thing I did. That was the only thing I needed to do, was to be out there, try and gear, getting the best tone I possibly could for as many artists as I possibly can. And I feel like in many ways I've kind of done that. I've really got to a stage where I'm really comfortable with what I've done, what I've got in terms of bass gear. I've got the right range of things to really just go out and do a good job. And I want to share more of that stuff, share more practical things that aren't necessarily going and finding more gear, but really getting the most out of what you've got. Things like the Helix I still love, and I know that I talk about it in so many videos and say that this thing's great, but really the more I've been using it and the more I've been integrated into that workflow, the more you realise that it actually can do so much more. And that whilst, initially it might not look great in terms of the presets, when you actually dive into it and know what you're doing with it, you can get so much out of just having one box, and it takes away a lot of the faff and you can really focus on making music. So I want to really delve into things like that, delve into more technique things, more things about how to get different sounds with the bass, and more things about how to get what you've got and get the most out of those pieces of gear, rather than always talking about new gear, as exciting as new gear is. The last change you'll probably notice around the channel is that I'm going to be really working on creating more short content. It's really popular on YouTube. YouTube really want people to be making shorts, and I think that it could be a really nice way for me to keep producing lots of nice little bass content, talking about little hints, tips and tricks. So anything that you want to know of that kind of ilk, please let me know in the comments down below. I hope I haven't alienated too many of you talking about the channel going forward, but I want to be getting back to making content, and also making content that is relevant, useful, and really helps you guys and helps me in consolidating what I'm doing and sharing little bits of knowledge that I'm picking up along the way on my journey. So thank you for sticking with me with this. The IR will be linked below, as I said. Head over, check out the website. Anything you've got to say, leave it in the comments below, whether that's about IRs you want to see, whether that's about content you want to see on the channel going forward, or anything that you would like to see on shorts. What kind of content would really help you in a short? Let me know all of that in the comments below. Thank you again for sticking with me, and I will see you very soon for another video.